Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are so excited that you're here. Thank you for taking 30 minutes out of your schedule to be here and learn with us. Please know at the end, you can already type questions in the chat whenever you want to. At the end, you'll be able to come on and ask your questions live. So whatever is going to make sure that you guys get your answers tonight, that's what we're here for. So I can't remember if I said if my name's Nikki McCutchen. I think I might have, but anyway, I'm Nikki McCutchen again. Like I said, 30 minutes. I'm going to go with our medical disclaimer really quick so we get that out of the way. Tonight, what we will be sharing is for informational purposes only. All Lifeway products are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or prevent any dis-ease. If you are on medications or have medical conditions or are pregnant or nursing, we always recommend anytime you're embarking on a new health regimen, diet, or fitness program that you please check with your preferred healthcare practitioner first. So with that, we will get started. Just know that our technology inspires the body to do what it already does best, which is heal itself. That's what our body is designed to do. And so when we give it what it needs, it will take care of the rest. And so that's what this amazing technology does, is that it just supports what's already in our bodies and what's already there. So we are FDA recognized and compliant as a general wellness product. It's a class 1 medical device. Oh, I was thinking I had one on my wrist. I don't. Here it is. It's a class 1 medical device. It is medical grade plastic, completely hypoallergenic, so sealed on both sides. So nothing transfers from this patch into your body. That is a little bit different than what most people are used to. So most people are used to a transdermal patch, something like a vitamin patch, a nicotine patch, an estrogen patch. Those transfer something into the body. This is completely sealed with that medical grade plastic on both sides, and there's nothing that transfers. And I'm going to break that down for you here in just a minute. Inside that patch, that little disc is organic amino acids and salts made in a crystal lattice structure at the stereoisomer level. So teeny tiny. Those that crystal lattice structure is reflective, like a mirror, because it is going to reflect back your own body's infrared light. And I'm going to explain that more here in a minute as well. This technology actually has a 96% effectiveness rate. That is truly jaw-dropping. There is just nothing else like it on the planet that has that kind of effectiveness rate. It's truly remarkable. Even like vitamin supplements, like what they're going for is like higher than 30% effectiveness rate. So it's just truly remarkable that our technology has that kind of effectiveness rate. Now, for the 4% of you that struggle, usually that is because you're a vegan and so you don't get a lot of alanine, which is in meat. We have this another amazing product called Celergize. It actually has everything that you need: the alanine, the magnesium, the potassium, the xanthox, and the copper and the zinc, the balanced copper and zinc ratio, to give you everything that you need for your patches to completely optimize. So with this added to the patches, it's 100% effectiveness rate, which is truly remarkable. Now, if you're not in that 4%, obviously that's not going to be very many people at all. Why would you use this product? So other reasons to use this product is because you already take electrolytes. Let's say that you work out. I work out, I use electrolytes, I have for years. This also has amino acids in it. So this is a very unique combination of electrolytes and amino acids all in one thing together, which is truly fantastic to have that combination. As well as most people are actually deficient in magnesium, potassium, and zinc and copper, or that ratio is off. And so to get all of those in here as well, to make sure that your body is optimized just for general health overall, is truly fantastic, as well as the fact of that it's going to optimize the patches. So for me, when I am utilizing the patch technology, not only was I already individually taking several of these products, now it's all in one thing, which is fantastic. So you're looking at easily $250 that you would spend individually for the different combinations of things that are in here, as you can get this as little as $50. So it's truly remarkable, will last you for 30 days, has a great taste. But it also has cyanthox in it, which I mentioned. That in particular product helps to optimize your body's availability to use the stem cells that are there. So helping to cause those to work better. So having that as well, you can buy that on its own by itself as well, but having it again, all combined in one product, or, if you are already using those things, this is just a great switch over or add, especially like if there are people who I've talked to lots of people who do work out and they haven't considered using electrolytes, which is shocking to me because when you sweat a lot, or maybe you have a job where you sweat a lot, you need to add electrolytes back into your body and to allow your cells to have the electrical conductivity so that they can talk to each other. They do that through the hydration and the electricity between the cells, the magnesium and the potassium, that allows them to speak to each other. That's just general overall health, important for your health. The cool thing is like I said, it actually allows our patch technology to be optimized as well. Do you have to use it for our patch technology to work? Absolutely not. We have people that just use the patches. I've used the patches for years before this came out, and they work fantastic for me. But I'm always looking to embrace optimal health. And so any way that I can do that, I'm always looking for that next best way that I can help support my body in whatever I'm doing. So that is truly a great way to do it. So this technology is also extremely affordable. So again, what the only comparison that you really have to this technology is a stem cell injection. And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit more, but stem cell injections are thousands and thousands of dollars. You're not always guaranteed that they're going to work. And even if they do work, at some point they could, wear off to where you would need another one. And so this is, like I said, 96% effectiveness rate. So it's always working. Like if you are really, no matter where you live, if you want to know if the technology is working for you, I would say find someone who has some type of autonomic nervous scanner. I work with professionals here in the Tulsa area all the time. I send them in so that they can get scanned before they put the patches on and then after they put the patches on. And it is always showing that it's working in your body. So just know that even if you're not feeling anything, it is always working in your body. That's what's truly phenomenal. So this is patented technology. We have over 200 patents. There's over 90 clinical studies. You can actually look at any of these that you would like to on patchtheway.com. It's PATCH, patchtheway.com. And they're all there for you. So you can dive as deep as you want to in looking at those patents and looking at the clinical tests. Truly, for us to have that kind of research-based, science-backed technology that is in the general wellness product space is also truly phenomenal. So just know that you are getting something that is very scientifically backed. There is literally no other product in the world that does what X39 does. And that X39 product that we're talking about tonight elevates GHK copper peptide in the body. So it's truly a peptide therapy as well, but without any type of injections, without any chemicals. It's completely working with your own body through a process called photobiomodulation. That's just a big word for light making change in the body. So every time you go onto the sun and the sun hits your skin and your eyes, it tells your body to make vitamin D. And then that vitamin D goes and does what it's supposed to in the body. So the sun is not giving you vitamin D, just like this patch is not giving you GHK copper peptide or anything else. It's just then that vitamin D, that GHKCU in the body goes and does what it was already designed to do in the body. So how does that work through a tiny little patch? So like I talked to you about before, that crystal lattice structure that is reflective like a mirror, we have an infrared light that comes out every part of our body. So you know this because if you sit down next to someone, you actually feel the heat. You can feel the heat off of some people generating off of them. You're like, oh, you're warm. That's one way to know that actually is a infrared light that's generating the heat. We also know this because when you see a movie and they're looking through night vision goggles, and they call that a heat signature. All those little different colors that they're seeing people or animals, that is scientifically a low-grade infrared light. That infrared light is emitted every part of our body, which means you can actually wear this technology anywhere on the body that you'd like to. So if you have an ache, a pain, an issue, whatever, you can pop the spot wherever that is. Do we have clinically tested spots? Yes, we do, so you can wear it on a clinically tested spot, or you can place it anywhere that you would so like to, because it's all always going to turn on GHK copper peptide through a very specific frequency that's being reflected from that patch, that crystal lattice structure, back into the body, telling GHKCU to come together. So glycine, histidine, lysine, and copper, for the copper to carry those the GHK around to the different parts of the body. So the body will then use the GHK copper peptide like it always has used the GHK copper peptide. So you're saying, well, Nikki, if it's already working in my body, why would I need this patch? Because as we age, that peptide no longer works optimally. So, or the things that the peptide elevates. So GHK copper peptide elevates regenerative cells in the body that are able to restore and repair literally anything that's going on with you. So that's why it's compared to a stem cell injection. So it can go and regenerate anything. So when that happens, then anything is truly possible in the body, which is what's so remarkable. So that gets elevated and activated. But as we age, those regenerative cells no longer work optimally. So by the time we're 30, half of those regenerative cells are already not working optimally. By the time we're 60, only 10% of those regenerative cells are any longer working optimally. So you can think about people or yourself between age 30 and 60, all the aches, pains, illness, disease, all the things that just start to set in, and we label it as aging. I'm just getting old. So this must be my lot in life because I'm just getting old. So I say, let's just forget that. Let's say goodbye to just getting old and let's reset our body to a younger, healthier state, because now we're turning back on those regenerative cells that really, truly regenerate our body to a younger, healthier state, like when we were 25. So resetting over 4,000 genes to a younger, healthier state. So we're not just talking about having regeneration in different areas, we're actually talking about your DNA. What is in your DNA that could potentially cause problems? And this actually resetting 4,000 of those to a younger, healthier state. What I can tell you for me is what I notice. There's probably lots of, well, I should say 4,000 genes. That's going to be a lot of things that we never notice. But like if you're talking about your hair, I know for me in my DNA, it must be available to reset that hair growth gene, because that's truly, I do have more hair growth that happens when I started using this technology. And I started noticing that at about 18 months. So it kind of took some time for me to really, especially like my eyebrow hair, noticing that that was coming back in as well. So that's something that's built into your DNA that gets turned back on to a younger, healthier state. Okay. So everything about this technology is about balancing and bringing into homeostasis. There is never going to be a side effect. There are only side benefits with this technology. That's what's truly amazing. There's no contraindications. That's what's amazing as well, is that it doesn't matter if you're on any type of medication. This is only allowing your body to work the way that it did when it was younger. So it's never an interaction with anything else that you're taking, which is, again, truly amazing to have access to something like that. So that's the first thing that GHK copper peptide that I talk to people about, is turning back on those regenerative cells. The second thing I like to talk to people about is the cardiovascular system. Cardiovascular disease is, obviously not good, and it's very high. And so we want to help bring that system back into balance. The cool thing is GHK copper peptide does that. It helps to restore and revitalize the heart. It helps to make sure blood vessels are working properly. The lining of the blood vessels is all clear. Those are very common things. So bringing blood pressure back into balance, that's something that's very common with this technology. I was actually talking with a friend today who she's been using the technology with me. So she's been on it for about 2 years. I'm at about 2.5 years now. And that is one of the things that happened for her, is that she was going to potentially have to go in to have some type of, heart, surgery of some sort done. And after, at about 1.5 years, just helping then with the technology, she didn't have to go and have that done anymore. So that's something that I see very often because of the cardiovascular benefits, that people are, their hearts are, their cardiovascular system at the mitochondrial level is supported properly. So we're not just talking about taking a supplement for your heart. Okay. We're not just talking about a supplement that's trying to help support. We're truly talking about reversing. We're truly talking about supporting at that ground floor level of your human ability to support your cardiovascular system, which is what's truly phenomenal. So those two things, regenerative cells, cardiovascular system, your brain health. So also, you'll see in our studies that anxiety and depression begin to relieve. I see that often at about 6 weeks. The brain becomes more balanced. You're able to think clearer. Cognition becomes to come back. That happened for me. Was totally so thankful just to have not be asking my kids a question that I couldn't remember the answer to. When I know they told me the answer, I just couldn't remember it. So to not have that anymore, to have conversations with people that I remember the conversation, I remember where we met. Those were all normal things for me when I was younger. And as I started aging, I could just see that was kind of starting to slip. So to have all of that back as well is truly phenomenal. So that right there is one reason that I will never stop wearing the patch. Like the X39 will be on me until Jesus comes to get me. So because the natural aging process will keep happening, right? Like if I stop using the technology, that's normal. That's where our bodies go to all those things are. It's just old age. I decide I'm saying no. I'm saying no more to that. And I just want to continue to allow my body to operate optimally. And I know this technology is helping my body do that. So we've got regenerative cells, we've got cardiovascular system, we've got brain health, and we also have collagen. Collagen is literally the glue that holds your body together. Most people think just hair, skin, and nails, which truly, yes. Are you going to get the benefits and help in those areas? Absolutely. But collagen is also your ligaments, your tendons, the cartilage, the fascia system that goes across your whole body. It's what holds the lining of our organs, like everything. Collagen is involved in everything. So this technology is able to give us that human collagen, again, from the base, how we are designed. So there is no possible way to take a collagen supplement, an exogenous source, that is going to be able to compete with allowing your body to have that kind of stability and support from the base. There's just no competition. There's no way to do that. So collagen usually is elevated properly at about 3 months on this technology. So again, that's something else you need to think about, is that you're committing this to an investment in your health. This is the pursuit of health and not just a reactionary process of allowing things to happen to you and then deciding what to do about it. This is pursuit of health, allowing your body to optimize in every way, shape, and form. And so it's an investment in your health. So 3 months is when the collagen naturally becomes elevated once GHK copper peptide is fully working and activated throughout your body. So that's when then you begin to see. Now, have we seen people that have results in their skin right away? Yes, it's truly amazing. There are some people that see it in their skin right away, but it's really not fully activated until that 3-month mark. But again, we want that internal support. We want the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia. We want all of that to be working properly on our body, because that's what stabilizes our body. That's how we walk around, and if we fall down, we don't break something. It's because our collagen lets us catch ourselves, our balance, our brain cognition, all of those things working together so that we feel good and have vitality no matter what our age is, which is what's so amazing. So the fifth thing I like to talk to people about, so we've got regenerative cells, cardiovascular system, brain health, collagen, and your immune system. Everyone wants immune support. None of us like to get sick. Everyone takes vitamin C, like we're all taking some type of, multivitamin. Because why? Because we don't want to get sick. So this actually helps to support that immune system in our body, again, from the base. So think about this. If you're taking some type of supplementation, multivitamin, vitamin C, whatever, which I'm going to recommend that. I think they're fantastic. Definitely do your research on the companies. It's always important to get a very high quality supplementation in any way, shape, or form. But it doesn't matter like what type of supplement is. There's a certain process that when you ingest something that it has to go through. So you're going to have to it's going to have to be digested. Okay. So your digestive system has to work properly to properly break that product down. And then you have a little carrier, like think of it as a little truck that comes by that's picking up what it needs to take to its next destination. That truck has to be able to pick up whatever just got digested. Okay. So if it didn't get digested properly, that truck is not picking up everything that it needs to, or this in particular cell, that's its job, is to transport. Okay. So now once it's got what it needs, it's going to transport it down the chain in the digestive system to wherever it needs to go to be utilized by another cell. So it shows up in the next store that it needs to go to drop off its product. Well, the receivers, the receptacles on your cells have to come out and be able to pick up and absorb that product. If for some reason there's a breakdown there, it's not going to pick up everything that it needs, and then it has to be absorbed. Okay, so then the cell absorbs it and then able to use it out to however it's going to use it in the body. At any point in that transport chain, there can be a breakdown in the system. It's why people have dysfunction, cellular dysfunction in the body, is because there is a breakdown in that transport chain. Okay, this technology bypasses all of that. It bypasses every single part because it goes right to the source, tells it to start working, and then it works the way it's supposed to go to and distribute out the way it's supposed to. So it bypasses all of that. Does that mean you shouldn't take supplements? No. Please still do your research. Please still take high quality supplements. Just know that this technology is far superior to any of that because it's allowing your body to work the way that it was designed from the inside. And that is what is truly phenomenal and sets this technology apart from anything else out there on the market. So people ask me all the time, Nikki, how long do I have to utilize this product? Well, hopefully I've already convinced you by telling you that I'm going to have it on until Jesus comes to get me, that it's just something I will always wear. But people still want to know, how long do I have to do it? So if you're thinking you want to stop at some point using the technology, hopefully you'll be like me and be like, there's no way. I want my brain to keep working like this. Like I felt like I was 25. I want that to stay. Okay. Because that's just going to keep deteriorating if you don't have GHK copper peptide turned on. But let's say you just want to know. So if you have a list of things, okay, if you have aches, pains, illness, disease, medication, you have all this list of stuff over here going on with you, I'm going to tell you, you need to give it 6 to 12 months so that you can go back into the doctor and have them run test results. So blood tests, go back into your ophthalmologist to see if anything potentially has been supported in your eyes, or your dentist, see what's been supported in your gums. We have those kinds of things on here all the time. Linda, that's on the call tonight, she had fantastic reversal in her eyes. I mean, like truly, truly phenomenal. So again, we don't know what it's going to do for you because everybody's body's different and your body gets to decide. That's what's amazing, is that this is the way God designed us, and he decides based on how he designed us to allow that GHK copper peptide to work in the body. So 6 to 12 months. And again, here's the other thing. It took you a long time to get this list of things over here going on with you. So we're talking about supporting the body in a way that allows it to work naturally. So that means it's going to take a while for everything to get up and get running and working together so that you can have the benefits for the collagen, for the regenerative cells to begin to work together, for the immune system to be supported properly. So again, all of those parts and pieces are working together to support your overall health and vitality in every way to bring it back into balance. So those things are going to take time, especially if you've got this list over here, okay, that it's got to work on. It's got a lot of work to do if you've got a list. So give it that time to do it. Here's another thing that people will ask me, well, again, but I don't want to have to be on the patch. I don't want to have to wear the patch, for the rest of my life. Okay. Are you going to stop taking your supplements? Were you planning on taking your supplements for the rest of your life? Were you going to take your vitamin C and your multivitamin? This is classified in those same kinds of things. Are you going to stop exercising? Are you going to, any of those things that you choose to do to optimize your health, to benefit your body, this is in that same category. So if you're not going to stop taking your supplements, then I would not recommend that you stop wearing the X39 technology either, because that's the whole reason you're taking the supplements, is you're trying to help your body feel better. Okay. This doesn't just allow your body to feel better, but it actually regenerates things. Okay. There's no supplement that's going to regenerate anything. Okay, so that's the other thing you have to remember. Oh, I heard this amazing thing from this doctor today. I thought, okay, that is brilliant. So she was talking about how a lot of people are in pain. And so when you're in pain, you take something, you've learned a way to try to help you get through your day of whatever pain is going on with you. Well, when you utilize our technology, you have benefit for not only helping to mitigate the pain, but you also have the ability to allow your body to regenerate. There's no other pain modality out there that allows your body to truly regenerate and reverse itself, reverse whatever is going on with it, for your body to do the job that it was created to do, which is truly heal itself. That's how God designed our bodies. So when we give it what it needs, it can do that, which is truly amazing. So hydration is key. Just know, again, anything in health for your body, you have to drink high quality water. It is how your cells communicate to each other, along with those electrolytes that I talked about before, the electrical conductivity for messages to get back and forth between the cells. So just know that high quality water is super imperative. You need to drink half your body weight in ounces in water every single day, no matter what, to be hydrated. If you sweat, if you work out, anything like that, you're going to need more. You're going to need more hydration, which is why electrolytes, again, are so important when you do anything like that, as well as just for your body to be able to absorb the product. I was actually talking with a friend today about the Cellergize product. And she was telling me that she drinks 100 ounces of water a day, and she knows her body is just not absorbing it. Okay, and so that can be a problem for people, that your cells are not absorbing what you need. Again, there's breakdown in the transport chain. But when she adds the Cellergize, she can now tell. And I won't go into all the details, but based on what's going on in the bathroom, she can tell that she's now getting hydrated through the Cellergize. So truly, that just allowing your body to be rehydrated because of the electrical, because of the magnesium, potassium, is so huge and so important. And so many people are chronically dehydrated, even when they're trying to do all the right things like she is, and drinking a lot of water to just really help her body. But sometimes there's a lot of breakdown in there that just needs support, which again is why the regenerative technology, allowing your body to do those little tweaks. We don't have to know what's going on. We don't have to know what's going on in the body for the body to be able to regenerate itself, which is what it was designed to do. So as long as we support that system, that's really what is truly amazing. I do have this one other thing that I was trying to decide if you have questions, please pop those in the chat. And if there's anybody new here tonight on the call, if this is your first time, if you haven't started using the patch technology yet, put your name in the chat as well, because we'll do a drawing to win 5 days free. That's why you always want to invite your friends to come be on the call, because they'll have the opportunity to win 5 days free of our X39 technology. We love for them just to be able to try it. We don't expect for anything to happen that it wouldn't necessarily be common, but it's just a way to just kind of see, get used to the technology, see how it works, see if you do actually feel anything. But we wouldn't expect that. But we love to allow you to have that opportunity and invite your friends to have that opportunity as well. So, okay, I'm hoping I can find this. Yes. Okay. Was listening to this pastor, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is so amazing. So he's talking about God and how God brings the human body back to the ideal state, to its healthy condition, and the ability to do that to the human body, to bring it to its ideal state, is the calling card of the Creator. Only the one who created the human body possesses the power to restore it to perfection. Only God can do this. So I loved this. Obviously, we're talking about perfection, going on to eternity, because of Jesus, getting to live, eternally with him, all of that. That's obviously the end game. Like, we want everybody to know Jesus. But this, in relation to our technology, we have an inventor and founder who that's what he did. He studied I'm sorry, I'm gonna get I don't know why I'm gonna get emotional, but he studied the way that God designed us, which is what's so amazing, and I'm so thankful for that he studied the way God designed us to be able to support his design, the creator's design of our body, so that it can truly reset us to the ideal state, that the most ideal state that we can have, that we can try to have here on earth. Okay. We're always going to be under the pressure of sin and all of that. We're still going to deal with that. But when you study and support God's design and what he did, you get the results that we see that people get. And that's why I love to do this. It doesn't matter whether, whatever the business end of it looks like for me, it's about the one person. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so emotional. I think because of things that people that I got to talk to today, but it's about the one person that's sitting in front of me in that moment that's looking for something to help them. And I get to watch this technology help them because it supports the way that we are infinitely designed. For me, that's a mission. For me, that's what's important, is to help that one person, whoever it is that's sitting in front of me in need. So if you're new on this call, sorry, normally I'm usually better. Most of you have seen me get emotional over stuff before, but I haven't been this way in a long time. But that's what we have access to. So who do you know? Who do you know that's looking for something that they need help with? Maybe this is that answer for them. What I can tell you is if they stay on it long enough, the people that have been doing this longer than me, longer than the 2.5 years that I've been doing it, they all tell people, don't stop patching until you get your miracle. Don't stop patching. And literally the gal that I was talking to today, little tiny things, like she's had little things in 2 years, but just still, she's long list of aches, pains, stuff going on, long list. So little tiny things have just chipped away at that. And we just happen to, again, this is what God does, right? I was listening to a video, a change in the way she should wear her patches. I text her, I say, hey, try this. She ends up putting those patches on the tops of her feet instead, X39, X49 on the tops of her feet. And now, like, she hasn't had foot pain in days. She can't even remember the last time that she didn't have, pain in her legs and in her feet. Like, she can't even remember. Okay. I don't know why, that we tried all kinds of things to try to help this. And for whatever reason, that was the thing. So even just trying different things with the patches, like we've tried all kinds of things that have helped other things. But this one thing we just weren't able to, for some reason. And finally, this was it. I don't know. All I know is the technology absolutely works. And even if it's tiny little slow ticks, her life and her health are better because of this technology, even though she still has this long list, than if she didn't have the technology. So anyway, I totally talked the whole entire time. I'm already over 30 minutes. Please unmute yourself. If you have any questions, I want to make sure that you got those questions answered. I think there's something in the chat. Let me look here real quick. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Vicki. Yes. So you're so sweet. I'm just blessed by you all. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I love our team. We support each other. Just fantastic group of people. And that's what we're here to do. If you're new tonight, we just are so glad that you're here and we want to be able to help you. So please reach out. Please reach out. Did somebody unmute that wants to talk?
I am muted just to say you did a great job.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Anyway, please get back to the person who invited you to the call tonight. Tell them that you're ready to get started. Let's get you started on this journey with us. Let's see what God's going to do with your body through this. We'll be back on Wednesday night. We have a call at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's for an hour. It goes over all of our technologies as well as our business opportunity. And then we have a Thursday night call. We either do a testimonial or sometimes we'll do a deeper dive into the education behind some of the patches. So I'm not exactly sure what's happening yet on Thursday. I'm still working on it. And then we'll be back all next week to do it again. So invite your friends back next Monday night, or feel free to bring them on Wednesday night too. That's a great time. Any of the calls. Bring a friend, let them learn about this technology, and let us try to help them and see what it could potentially do for them. So with that, we pray blessing over each and every one of you. Good night, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night. God bless.
God bless.
Night. Good night.